All right, everyone. I am back here with Caleb Lang, and this is the first time we've done like a post-game interview thing. So happy to be doing it with him after his victory royale. What a way to go out
Yeah.
in the regular season, anyway. And they did upload the scores, and you did several of our 8 of our cats did advance
Yes.
to finals. So congratulations.
Thank you.
You'll be competing on Saturday. And I don't know, I did mention something to you this before we came on, but I
Caleb
have
for a ton. Oh, and Caleb
Wait,
will
just 1
eliminate
second.
Owen.
Why is
So it's only Caleb now.
the way they're supposed to?
3 people remaining.
Okay. All right, let's back this up. Let us be able to hear it. Okay, so we should be able to hear this now. This is the so this is right before you killed Owen.
Yes.
When he technically died to Storm, but you were
Mhm.
credited for the kill.
Caleb for a ton. Oh, and
That's very cool.
Caleb will eliminate Owen. So it's only Caleb now.
So
Caleb
you
for a
eliminate
ton.
Owen
Oh, and
here.
Caleb will.
Could you tell that was Owen
I was actually not aware.
until you saw his name pop up at the bottom?
Yeah. It was just kind of in the heat of the moment because he patted earlier and I beamed him, so I just knew it was a pretty easy target if I wanted to get a refresh going into zone. So I just tried to press against him, get the kill, whatever, and it just worked out the way it did.
eliminate
All right,
Owen.
and then you
So it's only
are the
Caleb
only one
now.
left. So you're building up here.
3 people remaining. Probably one of them's Phenom. Caleb is sitting pretty.
So you can hear. So there are 3 people left. You're at 10 elims. What like when you're hearing when you're taking this second to reload, are you ever nervous that somebody's gonna bust through one of the walls and get you, or do you have those pretty locked down that you can like reload, cancel, and
I could hear the guy behind me to the left, I building forward, so I knew it was my only chance really to reload because I knew both my AR and my shotgun were, I believe, needed to be reloaded. And the prime actually, the earlier the shot in the clip, the more damage it does. So I know if I could get them distracted to fight one another while they're rotating into zone, because we all have to. It pulled away from all of us. And if I could get them concentrated on one another and I could just split off, meanwhile, it would give me a good chance to reload, you know, take care of everything if I needed to heal in the moment, stuff like that.
Pretty good. Doesn't have any
so
heals.
you take this second to
But
reload,
does have.
and then you
Oh my
eliminate.
word.
Was this like? We'll back this up just a second. Was this
Heals.
a headshot that immediately
It
killed
does
him, or do you
have-
think he was already low?
I believe it was a body shot. I think he was just shambles running into zone from the player focusing him up top.
I could. Oh my word!
You
And it's
eliminate
just
him.
Caleb and somebody else now.
And so when you did that little build spinny thing, I don't know what that's called. I'm not a Fortnite person. So when you do this
Caleb and
build
somebody else
spinny
now.
thing to build yourself up right here, is that just so you have protection and you're also trying to get height on him?
Yeah, it's to. I have to obviously progress the zone, and it just is to get me one forward. And you could see me pre-aim towards the right. I was expecting him to actually hold to the right, but if he were not to, and he were to jump up like he did here, that stair on top of me, whenever I did the spiral, went ahead and protected my head. And you can see here he doesn't have a good angle on me.
And then you
Oh,
did you
the-
deal any damage? I couldn't tell. Did you
I
deal any
think it was-
damage to him?
Like a 110 hit, I believe.
Oh my!
So that's where you kill the guy
Just
the first time.
Caleb and.
And then right here. Oh yeah, you did hit him for
Oh, it doesn't
117.
land
You
anything
do a little
with that.
storm. And then
wouldn't
when
have-
he's healing, you just take that time that he heals. You know you hit him for a bunch.
Yes.
You let him heal just a little bit so you have time to reload.
Here I all I want to do is pressure him, make him feel uncomfortable, and hopefully he makes some mistake in the process. You know, people tend to get nervous towards the end of the game here.
Storm again.
And then so you're being pushed by
know.
zone, he's being pushed
He's
by
gotta
zone.
get to
He's
ring.
behind you.
Yep.
Doesn't have any heals. The
And so
build
it's
is
just
getting.
whoever gets height,
And Caleb
and
wins!
you're able to take him out. So are instances like this, are they like super nerve-wracking for you because Like, does the heart start to pound a little bit? Breathing gets a
Yeah.
little quicker.
You know everyone's watching you. You know you could almost feel people surrounding you and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that in the esports
Yeah.
room with having all of the people because you were probably the only person actually competing at that moment, especially for varsity. I don't know about JV, but so everybody's standing around you.
Yeah.
And was it like were they like cheering you on, or was it more like the silent, just like eyes staring over your shoulder?
It's usually silence. They'll whisper from one another, you know, that type of thing. But usually it's pretty quiet in there. Yeah. Once you win, the room kind of erupts.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah, I
everyone
bet.
gets loud.
Yeah, I bet. So now you have a lot of momentum, probably a lot of confidence. I mean, you're number one. I mean, we'll show scores before today. You're number one on the board. But is there ever any like, was there ever any thought that you could? I don't even know what I was gonna say there. Totally lost my train of thought. Anyways, what is the mindset after that victory royale going into Saturday?
Uh, well, today it was kind of a unique situation. I knew that I was pretty well qualified for finals. So that last game there, it was just kind of I changed up play styles. I dropped a new plays, and it went pretty well. And it's almost making me consider changing my drop spot and stuff for finals. Maybe play some scrims over the weekend up until Saturday. But I'm definitely aware there's some of the best players in our region that are, you know, in what's it called, division. There's some of the best players around. So I know if I could do that against them, just whenever there's 50 players on the map, I know it's quite possible when there's 100. So I'm just hoping to stay consistent all the way through, and hopefully.
And so the people that are watching can't see this, but you are number 3.
Yes.
You're the third best Fortnite player in our conference, anyway.
Yeah.
Overall, it might be a little tighter, because of that. But your dominance score is just over 4, so about 4.5. So what? I've said made some comments about dominance tonight because I personally don't like it.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the way they're scoring things?
I'm not sure. Whenever it comes to, we mentioned it whenever it came to the team-based dominance and stuff like that, where I think they count the top 5 on your team. Is it?
Yep.
I don't really. I'm not fond of the way they do it. I like it more point-based rather than the percentage. But it's just the way it is. It's gonna have to stick that way. We
Yep.
can't really change it.
Yeah. So is it like, was it just like people fell into your rotation path that you picked up those 12 elims? Because I know when we had you on here last week, a couple weeks ago, you said that you like to play more for placement. Was like, did the first 2 matches not go quite the way you wanted them to? It seemed like, from my point of view anyway, you played and placed. You were the last cat alive several times. So just like what? Yeah.
Game 1, I went with the usual plan. I played out my placement, played out my normal rotate, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got to the point where I was being impatient. So game 2, I decided to change up the drop. I went right into Phenom, and it didn't go very well with me. So it was a pretty bad game. I think I got like 13th with 3 kills. Not a great point wise game. So third game, final game, let's end it strong was kind of the mental I had going through, and changed up my drop. There's actually blimps all around the map, so I just used them, get around, run into as many people I could find, really. If I hear gunshots, straight to that.
So that last match was like placement was an afterthought. You just want to get as many points,
Yeah.
like as many elims that you can get, so you can get as many points
Make a
as you
statement.
want. All right, so that's all for me. Unless there's anything else you want to add.
Nothing specifically. Good luck to everyone that's made it. Hopefully going into Saturday, all us cats could do well.
Yeah, for sure. And then the 2 cats that were not here today, I did a rough count of 25. The 2 that were not here today did not make it. Silas was 26th. Ronnie was 28th.
Just out
And
of that.
top 25 from our conference go. So do you think if they would have both been here, do you think they would have had a better... I mean, you play with them more than,
Yeah, I think they're both pretty good players. I think they could have, if they would have went for placement and played consistently all the way through, they would have 100% made it, each of them.
So like we said, 8 of our cats will be playing on Saturday. So make sure to follow us on Twitter for more of that information. And again, thank you for joining us in here for something a little different. And congratulations on the victory royale.
Thank you.
But we're gonna put his clip back up here one more time, and we're gonna go ahead and say so long from Salem Community High School. Make sure to have your notifications turned on for Twitter so you know when streams are live for this weekend. Kaleb for a ton. Oh, and Kaleb will eliminate Owen. So it's only Kaleb now. 3 people remaining. Probably one of them's Phenom. Kaleb is sitting pretty good. Doesn't have any heals. But does have a... Oh my word. And it's just Kaleb and somebody else now. Oh, doesn't land anything with that. Could he win the storm again? I don't know. He's got to get to ring. Doesn't have any heals. This build is getting... And Kaleb wins! Bravo! Bravo! Kaleb Lang. Victory Royale.